Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Monster Chappie. We're here for part 8 of the super custom scheme. I know I said the last part was the final, and it was, but this is going to be bonus because I appreciate you guys' love and support. Your boy getting jobs like crazy right now, so that's why I've been super stupid busy. But just going to add a couple things, a couple concepts, and one play out of the pistol trips here, which is going to be X spot. And we'll just run this against a generic cover 3 here. You're going to want to run this play, you know, with a little bit of space. Like, you don't want to run it here on like the 5-yard line or the 10. This isn't really a red zone offense. It's kind of like a move the ball down the field type offense. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and look at it. Now, there's a couple different setups. There's a short yardage setup and a long yardage setup. Now, you can definitely run this play stock. And this little square, little curl thing right there is actually a very solid route. Now, that is a route I usually change, but like I said, it just depends on your scenario, depends on your opponent. Sometimes it's best to mix it up, sometimes it isn't. It really just depends on the day. And then, you know, you could put a guy on a wheel like that. That's an option. You know, you just got a lot of variables you can mess with right there. Put them on a little flat to the right. I definitely like this curl from this tight end right there. It's a really solid route. And it gets between a lot of the zones. Just where he's at, for some reason, he's just in a very good spot. You can precision down, precision right. You can just throw a bullet pass, whatever you're most comfortable with. Precision down seems to get them upfield the quickest. I don't know why. That's just like the Krabby Patty for throwing curls this year. Just precision down. Doesn't matter what curl it is. Let's try precision down to green here. And let's see what happens. So like I said, that's a precision down. And look how quick they get upfield. So, I mean, your best bet when throwing any kind of hitch curl type-ish route is just precision down. However, the way I usually set up this play is we're going to put green here on a streak or a fade. And then we're going to smart route this corner route. And what you're going to notice is this route right now is going about 7-ish, 7.5 yards downfield. When we smart route that, he's going to be going about 10 yards downfield. That's about a 2.5 yard difference. Nothing crazy, but what that's going to do is make it just about impossible for that flat zone to cover both the flat and the corner. So I'll run it without smart routing it, and you'll see what happens here. That flat route, he's kind of able to stick with the corner, and then he's able to come down and cover the flat. But this time, we're going to go ahead and smart route him. And you're going to see the difference there. He'll stick with that corner for a little bit, and then bam, he just opens up, and he's able to get hit for a nice pickup there on the sideline. So definitely want to get that smart route done. Do not forget to do that. Otherwise, they're going to be able to cover you. Now, the other thing with that being said is that if it's or let's just say it's 2nd and 1, if you smart route him, what's going to happen to his route isn't the same as if it's 1st and 10, 2nd and 10. So usually if it's like 7 yards or longer, that's when you're going to want to run this play. So if it's like 2nd and 7, 3rd and 8, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 10, whatever, as long as it's 7 or more yards, you're usually pretty good with the smart route because it'll make the route longer. But what is important is that the route does get longer. That is the most kind of crucial aspect to this play. And so this is pretty much it. I mean, we got a flood concept on the left, and then we got this little glitchy curl here from the tight end, and we've made 2 hot routes. If you want to make an additional hot route, you're more than welcome to do that. You can put the halfback on like a streak. You could put the halfback on something else if you like to. This is him on a streak. I mean, you can always dump it down for a couple quick yards. Just a lot of little options you can do. But most of you guys are only going to want to make 2 adjustments because, like I said, making those hot routes does take quite a bit of time. But sometimes, you know, if you've got the time to do it, go ahead and drop that 3rd hot route. Nothing wrong with it. And you can just make stuff happen. So this is against the cover 3. This is a great cover 3 killer. It's definitely one of the better plays, in my opinion, against cover 3 this year because you have so many just options as far as you can go with the face catch, you can go with the corner route. And you've got just pretty much everything beats cover 3. So that is pretty much the ideal defense to run this against. However, it can work against other defenses as well, as we will try and run it against a cover 2 here. And the reason I didn't include this last time is because I forgot about the smart routing of that route there. That corner route, I forgot to smart route it, and so it's not as effective as if you don't do that. But if you do smart route that right there, then again, like I said, if they run cover 2 or something, or cover 4, you're going to have one of the dudes open. You know, somebody on that flood is going to be open. There's really not any one defense that covers all 3 unless they user it or something along those lines. And so you really have a really solid play. Now, like I said, how this play came to be, how I started running it is pretty much, I played against the Eagles playbook a bunch of times. And if you've played against somebody that runs the Eagles playbook, you've probably seen Eagles flood. And I think it's like out of a shotgun bunch type formation or something there on the left. But, you know, just pretty much using that concept and bringing it over to my own stuff. You know what I mean? So sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes you can apply a concept that you've seen or something that works and make it your own. You know, some people, they just run what everyone else runs exactly. You know, they go run the same playbook, the same formation, the same play with the same hot routes. You know, sometimes just mix it up. You know, find a concept that works and bring it into whatever you're doing, or whatever the case might be, and you know, just make it your own. You know, make it your own, and you'll be a lot better off. But anyways, next thing I want to break down is a couple of the goal line things that I like to do, as well as a quick rushing tip or passing tip. It's kind of a little bit of both. It's a trick, if you will. A couple little tricks. So pretty much here, for your QB sneaks, all I need to say about this is you want a guy that's, you know, height is helpful, speed, strength is really helpful, agility, excel, you know, pretty much all those running back traits, trucking, elusiveness, stiff arm, spin, juke, carry, jump. Those are all very good things. The throwing doesn't really matter that much. You know, it definitely helps to have throwing there, but you don't necessarily need it. So the first play is QB sneak, and this is good from about 1.5 yards inside. You really don't want to do this on like a 4th and 2. I mean, it's definitely worked before for 4th and 2, but usually 1 yard to 1.5 yards. Now, there's a couple ways you can run it. You can definitely go for the juke. You can go for just trying to run, just hike it and haul. Just pretty much just, you know, just keep going straight and hope for the best. And right there is one of the reasons that you want to have a mobile quarterback that can carry the ball. So if you're playing mutt, I personally use either Sanu or Walter Payton, the quarterback versions of those cards, because they're coming from other positions, so they have really good carrying attributes and things like that. Otherwise, you can go with like the Cam Newtons and guys like that. The reason you don't want to do it with your starting quarterback usually is because you're going to probably get hit, and there's a chance you could get injured. And that would be a very, very unfortunate way to lose a game, because you lose, you know, your 99 Vic, or you lose 99 Rodgers in the second quarter picking up a touchdown, you know, and you lose him for the rest of the game. So that's two of the reasons. Now, the best way, in my opinion, and what I've seen to have the most success this year, is to just hit that dive button. Now, what you want to do here is just hike the ball and literally hold dive, which is square or X, depending on what system you're on. And he's just going to go over the top. Now, I have seen some people hold the precision modifier doing this. I really don't think it's necessary, and I really don't like it, because, like as you've seen in that play, you do that precision modifier. Sometimes they'll jump, sometimes they won't. It gets a little bit glitchy. I mean, if you're comfortable doing it, definitely go ahead and do it. But personally, for me, I just think you just need to hit the hike button and then just hold that square button. Really no skill to it. And as you can see there, Jason Campbell's not the ideal guy for this, unfortunately. But, you know, he's better than Dalton for this scenario. So the next play we're going to look at, in my opinion, is the best run out of the goal line. I put this out in the tip video way, way earlier this year. But that is the halfback sting. And it's just a really good run play. Like, you can just run up the middle and get really, really consistent yardage. Now, this is actually good for more than 1 yard usually. So you don't have to worry about it's only an inches scenario or something like that. Like, you can run this on 2nd and 3 or 1st and like, you know, 10 or whatever, or 1st and goal from the 6 yard line. It doesn't matter. It's just definitely a solid run play. Now, the great thing about this run play is you can flip it to the right side, no issues, and it works. For me, it seems to be a little bit more successful running it to the stock side, to the weak side, whatever you want to call it. Just slightly better, but you know, it's minuscule difference. It's not really a huge difference there. But the best thing, honestly, about this run is that you can't run commit against it, because what happens is, let's say they ran commit to the middle here, you can just go outside and you're able to pick up the touchdown that way. Now, obviously, this computer, they're not going to run commit, but if they were to run commit to the middle, this is definitely a run you can break outside. Or if they just overcommit to the middle, you know, there's definitely that option, especially if you got a faster running back to break it outside. And then obviously if they're too far spread out, you can just go right up the middle. Now, 2 quick tips for you guys. One is the fake hike. Now, I've talked about this before, and you know, just especially on like 4th and inches, 3rd and inches, 4th and 1, 3rd and really short, you know, really those short yardage situations. This isn't something you're going to want to do all game long, especially because you can get a false start. But you can mix in that fake hike, you know, when especially for the people that bring down their safety or bring down somebody and bring them right to the line of scrimmage. Just go ahead and hit them with a quick fake hike, maybe 1 or 2. I usually only hit it once. You know, if they don't fall for it the first time, they probably won't fall for it, you know, the next time. But you know, I've gotten people multiple times in one game. You know, I've gotten a good amount of first downs just from 3rd and inches, get them to jump off sides, bam, they go off sides, we don't pick up the first, and we get 5 yards anyway because of the penalty. So that's the first quick tip for you guys, or trick if you will. And then the second trick for you guys is something you can do on passing plays or running plays, and that is what iMav likes to call the infamous butt tap or whatever. And that's pretty much just using the right stick to, you know, change the run from the right or the left. And you don't necessarily have to change the run. So I'm going to hit it again, and I'm going to just hit it again to the left. And pretty much all that's going to do is not let my opponent know what I'm going to do, because even if they know I'm running the halfback sting like 100%, I'm on the mic, I tell them I'm running halfback sting. So if I come out and I don't hit the butt tap, they know I'm going left. But if I hit the butt tap one time, they don't know if I'm going left or right. I could have hit left, I could have hit right. They don't necessarily know. So if they're playing the run commit game, you know, that can make them guess wrong. Or, you know, that they might shift the defense or something. They might move a dude from a different assignment or hole or whatever, and it could just mess everything up for their defense. So, you know, definitely invest in the butt tap. Now, this can actually be helpful on passing plays as well, because if you play against somebody who does run commit, kill them with the run, run a passing play, do the butt tap. I'm telling you, you can get them to run commit. I mean, I can't tell you, like, you come out, act like you're going to do a run play, do a little butt tap, hike the ball, throw it over the top, easy touchdown. Gotten that a few times this year. And so one more play I like is the halfback dive. And this play is not one I see a lot of people run, but it's pretty solid. Like I said, what I want to do with this is we're going to dive. We're going to hold the precision modifier, which is L2 or left trigger, and then we're going to hold square or X depending on what system you're on. And we're just going to go over the top of the defense like that. And I don't see too many people take advantage of this run, but I do think this is one of the more underrated runs in the game. Is it 100%? No, nothing's 100%. I mean, you see a lot of people run that field goal block or field goal zone or whatever, and they have pretty decent success against a lot of these runs. But this right here is actually a very little solid way to just get safe, quick yard over the top. You know, and this is going to be one of those short yard situations, you know, short yardage situations, less than 2 yards usually for this one here. So, you know, if there's no one there to dive over, you're just going to want to run it in. You don't want to dive. But if there is like a line like this, that's when you're going to want to go for the dive. So it just depends how the defense sets up. Like I said, if you've got a clear hole like right here, there's no reason for you to dive. Just run it in. But if they do run like goal line or something where it's congested, that's when you're going to want to dive over the top. So you'll see your dude will just dive like that. That means you should have just ran it in. So like he's going to do the dive right here. And that's not the dive we want. But the reason he did is because there was really no reason for me to dive on that particular play. So that's pretty much it though, guys. Couple quick tips for you guys. There is a good passing play out of goal line. That this PA spot, you can run PA power. Definitely the spot is a solid one I've seen a lot of people have success with. And pretty much, you know, you can just dump it down here. You can roll out here with the quarterback, especially if you got a mobile quarterback. I've seen some people will just change this dude to a flat route altogether. That way there's no delay. I've seen some people put this guy here on a little curl. Oh, I'm tripping right now. I've seen people put him on a curl, and again, you can just roll out. There's just, you know, pretty much when you get in that red zone area, there's a lot of different options. I personally like running because I'm a run first person, but either way, I mean, if you get somebody that's run committing all the time, or somebody that's actually stuffing your other 3 runs, you know, the QB sneak, the halfback sting, and the halfback dive, go ahead and mix in a quick little play action like that, and just get a couple yards. I definitely recommend the PA spot. Like I said, you can run it stock pretty much, and one of these jokers will be open. You know, I got the tight end there, I got the fullback, I've got the quarterback. So either way, definitely my recommended play out of the goal line is the PA spot. And pretty much the only adjustment again is if you want to make an adjustment, you can put that tight end that's on the left on a flat route. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much good to go. If you like, you can block the halfback that's actually doing the play action. Why you would want to do that is maybe to make it a little bit quicker so that they don't, you know, come and sack you by the time you pass the ball or whatever. So you can do this as well. Let's go ahead and do it one time for you guys. Let's go ahead and block Hill there, and then you've got that option. But like I said, I usually like the play action because I feel like if you run the play action, I mean, if they run edge heat or something crazy, then you can just dump it down real quick. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed this whole series. I hope you enjoyed the bonus content, which is this video here. And if you haven't checked out the rest of it already, feel free and make sure you do that. Some of it's on my channel. Some of it is on the Madden Mastermind channel, and some of it is on MaddenMastermind.com and the basic membership, which is the absolute free section. So that's going to wrap it up, and this will be the final whoop, stamp of approval for this super custom offensive scheme. I hope you guys enjoy. Feel free to drop a like and let me know what you would want to see in the near future here on this channel. I am going to be playing more 2K here in the near future on the PlayStation 4 side, as well as Mutt on the Xbox One side, and that'll pretty much be it for the you know, what you're gonna see content wise on the channel until I pick up Battlefield Hardline. So peace till the next time. Love y'all. Thanks for the support. Follow me on Twitter at MonsterChappy and twitch.tv/officialMonsterChappy. We gone.